I'm so happy to be back home after 12 years. So I'm really glad and I'm looking forward to start my first game.
Cristiano Ronaldo's return to Manchester United has blown the world of football apart. It's the most sensational comeback in history. Antoine Griezmann doing a 180-degree turn and returning to Atletico Madrid at almost exactly the same time wasn't bad either. But these aren't the only incredible comebacks we've seen over the years. Here are the 7 most incredible comebacks sporting and financial affair. But like we said, it's a win, win, and win. Number 3, Paul Pogba. After just 7 matches in a United shirt in 2011-2012, Pogba left the Red Devils at the end of his contract despite Sir Alex Ferguson wanting to keep him. Juventus signed him on a free transfer and sold him back to Manchester United for $105 million in 2016 after he helped them win 4 Serie A titles, 2 Coppa Italias, 2 Super Cups, and played in 1 Champions League final. During his time in Turin, Pogba was one of the best midfielders in the world. So of course, when United re-signed him, we were expecting the same heights he had reached in Italy. Except that, at Old Trafford, Paul Pogba was either excellent or moderate, but also very often injured. Let's just say it's more or less a success, above all because he didn't play very much the first time around. Verdict? Success. But personally, I prefer the Pogba from Turin, or the one from the French national team. Ooh la la, that 2018 World Cup. Thierry Henry. Do I really need to tell you everything that Henry achieved at Arsenal? This image kind of says it all, right? Henry has his own statue outside the Emirates Stadium, and justifiably so. Henry's time at Arsenal between 1999 and 2007 translated into 369 games, 226 goals, 105 assists, 2 Premier League titles, 3 FA Cups. In short, a legend. And after a successful spell with Barcelona, followed by a period in the States, he made his big comeback to Arsenal for 2 months during the MLS mid-season break. On January 6, 2012, Thierry Henry's loan from the New York Red Bulls to Arsenal was finalized. And 3 days later, he made a deafening return to the Emirates Stadium. he gave the Gunners a victory by scoring the only goal of the encounter in the third round of the FA Cup against Leeds United. On February 11th, he played his last Premier League match with Arsenal, coming on as a substitute in the 66th minute against Sunderland. And once again, he scored a goal to give the Gunners another victory. 7 Jubilee games and 2 goals. Considering the player's age, Henry's comeback was as beautiful as it was successful. Verdict: success. Number 5. Fernando Torres. Let's just have a look at how many people were in the stadium the day El Niño returned to Atletico. When Torres first burst onto the scene with Atletico, the Colchoneros were not the third team in La Liga like they are now. So, his departure was unavoidable, an inevitability for both him and his club. But after having delighted, then disappointed the Liverpool fans, after having plain disappointed the Chelsea fans, and not especially impressed the AC Milan fans, he came back home in 2015.
Ya llevo tiempo esperando y pensando y soñando que esto podía ser una realidad, y aún hoy me es difícil darme cuenta de que es así.
His comeback was pretty successful, with 38 goals in 160 matches. He didn't play all that much in 2017-2018, but he did achieve what he came back for, winning a title with the club of his dreams, the 2018 Europa League. Verdict: success. Number 6. Mario Götze. Given his first chance in 2009 under Jurgen Klopp at Borussia Dortmund, it was in 2010-2011 that things really took off for Götze. He made a major contribution to his first club's Champions title and was called up to the German national team for the first time. And as the months went by, Götze established himself as a first-class winger or number 10. And so, as these things tend to go, Bayern Munich bought him in the summer of 2013, and he became a traitor in the eyes of the BVB fans. Despite a promising debut, Götze was never quite able to impose himself, so he packed his bags and headed back to Dortmund. So you say to yourself, well, he made some bad choices, the trainers weren't too keen on him, but all that's in the past. He's going back to be with the boys in yellow and black and sweep the board. Except that, back at Dortmund, he was unable to rediscover his earlier form. He wasn't able to play much under certain coaches there either, notably Lucien Favre, and he had health problems. Verdict? Unfortunately, a flop. Before revealing our final player, some quick special mentions for those we might have included in our list. There is obviously the return of Gianluigi Buffon to Parma this summer, the club where he first started out, and where it is still too soon to evaluate his performance. There is David Luiz's Chelsea comeback after having stopped off at PSG. All in all, a successful comeback, unlike his time at Arsenal. Nicolas Anelka's unsuccessful comeback to PSG. And finally, there's one other successful comeback we could have mentioned, that of Mats Hummels with Dortmund. Okay, now on to our final player. Number 7, Cesc Fabregas. On October 14, 2011, Cesc Fabregas came back home to FC Barcelona, having left the club for Arsenal when he was just 16 years old. The Spaniard is no longer a kid, having chalked up 304 games with the Gunners, scored 57 times, and laid on 93 assists. We are expecting some Fabregas prime. Fabregas at the top of his game. But after 3 seasons where he was more of a background presence than a first-team regular, in 2014 he decides to leave Barca once again, this time for Chelsea. At the end of the day, it's in London where he feels best. Fabregas with Barca is 151 games, 42 goals, 50 assists, and 6 titles. Not half bad, right? But despite this tally, there is a feeling of something not quite finished, and we are left wanting a little more. Fabregas started very strongly wearing the number 4 shirt, scoring 4 goals and providing 4 assists in his first 4 games in La Liga. Yes, I know, that makes for a lot of 4s. But ultimately, the best Fabregas we have seen was at Arsenal. Verdict? So-so? We spoke about Ronaldo and his surprise return to Manchester United. Did you know that we made a video about what was going on behind the scenes? If you missed it, then please click here, my friends. We explained to you how Sir Alex Ferguson, Rio Ferdinand, and Bruno Fernandes leapt into action to prevent CR7 from signing with Manchester City. So, there you have it. This video on football's most incredible comebacks is finished. What did you think of our verdicts? And do you think that CR7's comeback is going to be a success?